Hello, Home Slices. It's Kiera with Home Slice Adulting, and I am coming to you with my review for the fifth season with the fifth episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, which is titled School of Rock. Now, before we get started, I want to say thank you for clicking on this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I have a new video that I have posted. I know a lot of my videos recently have been live videos of me talking about what's going on in reality television shows. And this is my way of keeping my YouTube channel alive until I am settled in enough to actually set up where I want to film in my new apartment. For those of you who don't know, I have moved from Louisiana all the way to Washington State for graduate school, and it's been a challenge getting acclimated to a new place. I recently got a new job as well, so I'm still trying to figure out how YouTube is going to work into my life these days. So for me, this is my way of keeping in touch with you guys, keeping my channel up to date and current, so that you guys don't totally abandon me, okay? So thank you guys for watching. Thanks to all of you who are subscribed, who have continue to be subscribed. I do have a product review coming up shortly, but until we can get our apartment together and, like I said, figure out where I'm going to film, where's the best lighting, where's the best position, how we're going to decorate, those type of things. This is going to be the way it is for now, but hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I can get everything together and we can be back on track doing, the edited videos that have better lighting and, that I don't do on the fly. So thank you guys for sticking around. But enough of that. Let's get into what happened tonight on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Now, they started off the show with a song I really like, a song that's actually played on the radio and it's a little popular. Charlie Puth featuring Kehlani, which is Done For Me. And I like that song. Like how it starts. Like that does it for me, okay? I'm not a huge fan of Charlie Puth, but I do like that song. Moving on, we see A1 and Lyrica. They're juxtapositioned in different places. A1 is staying in a hotel because he is not living at his house with Lyrica right now. They are very on the rocks, and he's thinking about divorce. Lyrica is still mad that A1 would believe somebody over her, but they both agree that the show must go on for both of them. So we see Nikki Baby in Paris. Nikki and Paris are both bonding after the situation with Akbar and are basically checking out Akbar, doing some recon, diving into his social media, delving into his life to find out what the deal really is and why Akbar is the way he is with Tierra. And Paris finds something. Maybe he's married. We see a video of him that was posted on social media of him walking down the street hand in hand just a few days ago with somebody who claims to be his wife. So Nikki says, they should talk about this in person with Tierra, and I agree. Now we see A1 and Apple Watts. Apple Watts sounded better in the studio than she did when she was on her little freestyle stuff for A1 at that, party where she was stripping. So apparently A1 has entered her into a showcase already. And instead of creating an image for Apple Watts that gets away from her being a stripper, they're going the total opposite direction and running to the stripper situation and making her a stripper and a rapper, which combined is a strapper. And so they are working on putting a poll that she can strip and rap at the same time. And while I don't think it's a good idea personally, because get away from, essentially, I don't know any stripper turned rapper that still uses the stripper post persona, now that they have escaped from the stigma of being a stripper. But I'll say it's innovative If it works for Apple Watts, then that's what works for her. And I think that's where her head is right now. Even though she's trying to get away from the stripper persona, um, she's willing to listen to A1 and she's just trying to make it. But moving on, Apple tells him about the situation with Rockstar and how Rockstar tried to dissuade Apple from working with him, but how she felt she was in the right place and that she's loyal to A1. And A1 talks about how he sold a song to Rockstar for $30,000 and Rockstar didn't even use the song. And I didn't really understand the point of him saying that. But I guess the point is that if A1 is such a terrible producer and writer, then why would he pay so much money for a song and then not even really use it? And then they say a prayer for him, whatever. Moving on, we see Lyrica. And in her, anger and the fact that she is on the rocks with A1, she decides to roll over to his arch nemesis. Girl, you are making things worse for yourself. First off, you put yourself in a situation, and as much as Lyrica makes herself look guilty regarding Safaree, I do not want her to have done anything with Safaree because I don't like to see marriages fall apart. I don't like to see infidelity and cheating. That's just who I am. And, that's a product of the way that I grew up and things that happen within my family. And so I just don't like to see those things. But the fact that Lyrica went to her husband's nemesis to vent, to hang out, to make music while they're on the rocks, it just looks bad for Lyrica. It's a bad move. But moving on, she decides to work with Rockstar, and Rockstar clearly likes Lyrica. He's complimenting her a lot. Lyrica looked good, I thought. I thought that she looked good in the all black. I felt like her body looked good. Her boobs were sitting up nice. I thought I wouldn't wear the outfit. It came off a little streetwalker a little bit, but it was tastefully done. I like the look on Lyrica, okay? But Lyrica says that she and A1 broke up. If that's the starter to your conversation, we know that there was some type of history between the two, and I just don't like that she is adding fuel to the fire of their, marriage that's currently in shambles. And so while A1 did say the D word, which is divorce, I think it's premature for Lyrica to say that they're broke up. I think they're just going through a rough patch and that possibly they could work through it. But moving on, Rockstar is happy that they broke up because he clearly wants Lyrica. And now, his beef with A1 makes a little bit more sense because it appears as if, he lost out on Lyrica and he's jealous of A1. Rockstar made a joke about A1 having too much nail polish. I laughed a little bit, okay? I'll admit that. But, Rockstar, if he wasn't such a douche and if he had a better personality, he would be very handsome. But unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles. People with good looks usually don't have good personalities. Just saying. But moving on, we see Brooke. Now, Brooke invites Stassi over so Marcus can dump her quicker. Eventually he's gone. So Stassi drops the pregnant bomb. Stassi, she kind of just wasn't here for the drama. But the fact that she showed up is weird, okay, to me. But yeah, Stassi drops the pregnant bomb, and Marcus is caught up between two women yet again. It's funny to me that Brooke keeps getting her name wrong. And she's doing that on purpose. She knows Stassi's name, okay? She texted her or called her or whatever to come over there. She keeps calling her Natasha, which is making Stassi mad. But Brooke is instigating a situation, and Brooke's intentions are to break Marcus and Stassi up so that there is nothing in the way of Brooke and Marcus getting together. Now, Brooke is okay, like perfectly okay with the idea of being a stepmother because she doesn't want to have any more children and she knows that Marcus does. So essentially they have a surrogate and the situation is perfect. What's funny is that Brooke is nuts, okay? But I will give her credit that the person who sang the song Girl Fight manages to stay so calm in the face of somebody who's definitely not calm, in the face of somebody that may be trying to fight her, okay? But moving on. Marcus and Stassi go off to the side, and Marcus basically says that Stassi is out of line for not giving him a heads up. And it's like, Marcus, dude, you're in this situation yet again because you decided to be in limbo between two women, okay? It seemed as if Marcus was leaning towards Stassi. But as we see, Brooke is just entangling him in her web, and she is pulling him more over to her side. And as crazy as Brooke is, he loves how crazy she is, you know? So he just can't resist her, okay? The girl is nuts. Brooke is being messy. She's humming, "Here Comes the Bride," and Marcus just can't help but give Brooke what she wants. Okay, now moving on, we see A1 performing. We call it the lip syncy. It came off. I don't. What is the definition of performance these days? Michael Jackson was a performer. Morris Day, a performer. Beyonce is a performer. They actively engage in the art of being on stage. They carefully craft the lighting, the choreography. The songs have a reason why they go from one song to the next. There's actual work and art that takes place in these performing arenas. And unfortunately, that art of performing has been lost. Definitely on A1. A1 gets up there and lip sings, okay? So first off, you're not even, or rapping. Like, why does everybody want to sing these days? Y'all are not Drake, okay? Every rapper can't sing these days. Why don't you do that? I mean, it's easier, and people are less disappointed when you don't sound like the singing version of yourself, okay? But moving on, then he just has people on stage twerking and dancing behind him. That's not performance. That's you distracting people with people who are performing. You see what I'm saying? That just annoys me a little bit. I don't get into music these days, mostly because the way music is now, I'm just not here for it. Moving on. Brittany is on stage twerking because A1 invited her. Apparently, she's going to be performing at Donatella's showcase along with Apple Watts. Now, Marcus and Solo Lucci show up, and Marcus tells his story about Brooke and Stassi and how Brooke already got the address to the clinics to see about the pregnancy test. And Marcus admits that he likes the craziness. I mean, of course he does. Now, A1's brother shows up with a woman who's dressed very inappropriately. Her name is Patrice, and we later find out that that is his wife, okay? She has knee-high boots on and a dress that shows her booty when she raises her arm to hug A1, okay? Now, it's one thing to make an appearance and back your mother up when you think your brother is out of line, okay? But it's another thing to make a second appearance on the show and bring your mama. Okay. Now, when you accuse A1 of going Hollywood, I wouldn't expect you to be back on this show going Hollywood yourself. It's quite hypocritical. You want what he has. And that's what I'm talking about. When family members call you Hollywood, a lot of times it's out of jealousy. Okay. Moving on. Lloyd apologizes to his younger brother, A1, and says, you know, I didn't mean for things to get out of hand. Everything went left. And from the bottom of my heart, I apologize. And it's so sweet. Everybody's actually like, oh, like a man can actually apologize to a man and squash the beef, you know. And then Patrice apparently don't like Lyrica either. And let me tell y'all something. It is difficult being in a situation when your partner's family does not like you. It's difficult. But moving on, we see Tiara Paris and Nikki Baby. And Tiara shows up for less than 5 minutes to talk to them because that she has to be home by curfew with Akbar, okay? And basically, Paris and Tiara, in the short time that they have her, tell her about something that happened recently, and that apparently he's married. Tiara's like, no, he's not married. And then they say, well, we have, you know, evidence earlier that she still has his last name on her page and things don't look good. So apparently Tierra Marie and Akbar have had this conversation before, and it looks like they about to have it again. Okay. Paris says that they need more evidence, and unfortunately, they get it. Moving on, we see Tiara and Akbar. Tiara, is being nice at first, like, I love you. And then immediately she starts on talking about the rumors with his wife. He kind of dances around the topic. He does not say that Sade, which is, his alleged wife, Sade and I are divorced and she's a part of my past. He does not say the word divorced, which can indicate to me that they are still married. He says that it's in the past, but if the past is 3 days ago, then that's the past still. Okay. He tries to reassure her that nothing is going on between he and Sade, and then he has a nerve to say that if you all knew each other, y'all would get along. And when he said that, the first thing I came up with in my mind was polygamy. Okay. Something about Akbar got polygamy written all over it. Okay. I don't like it. And something about Akbar, I don't like it. He's icky. Okay. Unfortunately for Tierra Marie, she has traded one addiction, alcoholism, for another addiction, Akbar is moving on. We see Lyrica and Rockstar. Lyrica says that she regrets talking to Rockstar about her husband, and of course she definitely should, considering how they are career rivals and apparently love rivals for Lyrica's affections, okay? And so Rockstar starts falling asleep when she's talking about A1 and their camp or whatever, and then Rockstar tells on A1 and LaBrittany. And now LaBrittany being on stage twerking, next to A1 during his performance. Now Lyrica is mad, and Rockstar is the messy Negro of the season, okay? So we see Marcus and Stassi at the clinic. Stassi wants to know what the deal is. Before we get these results, what are your wishes for you and me, okay? And Marcus doesn't even know what he wants to do with Stassi and where he wants their relationship to go. So the test comes back negative, and they breathe the biggest sigh of relief until Brooke shows up at the clinic, okay, making things worse. So Brooke starts throwing condoms. After she hears that Stassi is not pregnant, saying maybe next time he'll use some condoms and stop getting pregnant by random dudes. Now Stassi is trying to fight because Brooke is definitely being disrespectful. As much as I like Brooke, and me and Brooke are from the same hometown, and I think Brooke is talented, I don't think Stassi should take that from Brooke, and I hope that we see Stassi again. Okay, quick on. Stassi, is over it. She leaves, and essentially that is the end of Marcus and Stassi's relationship. And immediately, Brooke says that she's planning something special for she and Marcus forgets Stassi right away, bloop, never happened. Okay, and he's recaptured in Brooke's web, and Brooke is coming off more crazy than not, and I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, on one hand, it explains her irrational behavior. And then on the other hand, I question if it's all an act and if she's playing it up for TV. But moving on, we see LaBrittany singing on the rooftop. Her voice is just okay. The problem with music today, I know I sound like an old person, is that there are a lot of people who sing that sound alike. A lot of people who sing and don't have any special quality to their voice. We're so caught up in somebody's image that instead of choosing people whose music substance, but maybe don't look like a model or have, the best body, that we put these people into cookie cutter positions. We hear their voice and we can't distinguish them from another artist. To me, there's nothing particularly special about LaBrittany. She looks like Ciara. She dances like Ciara. She sings just about as good or bad as Ciara, depending on, if you're a glass half full, half empty type person, there's just nothing special about her. I'm just saying. Moving on, We see Jay Will. He has a confessional. We saw him before. He was on the same radio show with Lyrica and Big Lyrica on the last episode. But moving on, we find out that he's from Compton and he is a bisexual rapper. And so we have two struggling acts that are working together. So we'll see how that works. LaBrittany talks about getting ready to work with A1, and then they predict there's going to be an issue with Lyrica, and of course there is. Now we see Nicki and Paris having a messy lunch with Sade, which is Akbar's alleged, wife. So Paris slid in Sade's DMs claiming that Nicki wanted to invest in her clothing line. Sade reminds me of Taj from SWV, for any of you who know who SWV are and who Taj is. Then they put on an act about, pretending to be interested in her clothing line, and then immediately segue into being married to Akbar. Sade peeps game right away and knows that she's not there to talk business. She tells them that they are definitely married, and Sade comes off as a person in denial. Now, she doesn't seem to care about Akbar being with Tierra and claims that what Akbar does is his business, but then she doesn't want to say that they have an open marriage, which is weird. Your marriage is open or it's closed. You either care that he's sleeping around with somebody else or you don't. And she seems to be in limbo with the situation. And then she gets offended when Paris calls Akbar a womanizer, right? So I don't like that Paris and Nicki brought her there on some BS. I really don't like that. And I feel like it's inappropriate. It was a waste of time. But I also don't like how Sade reacted to the situation. So everybody's at fault in my eyes. Moving on, we see Donatella Showcase. LaBrittany is performing, and it's okay. Her song doesn't sound any more or less special than anybody else's. Moniece and Lyrica are getting along now. Apparently, Moniece just had to show up, on camera today, one time to get paid. Lyrica is mad at LaBrittany, and I don't know that Lyrica deserves to be upset. Lyrica went to make music with her husband's arch nemesis. Lyrica is accused of sleeping with A1's good friend Safari, and she gets mad that someone is twerking on the stage, not even on her husband, just on the stage during her husband's performance. I think she has consistently shown us that when it comes to A1 and her marriage, she blows things out of proportion all of the time. And it's getting ridiculous, okay? Moving on, Apple Watts performs and someone else is stripping, which is a little bit better than Apple Watts stripping and rapping at the same time, okay? But Rockstar disagrees with the choice. And I have to say that I'm with Rockstar on presenting a stripper as a stripper. I'm with him that that's not necessarily the right move. I thought it was funny when he says this is what happened when you put A1 sauce on KFC. I thought that was funny. Moving on, Jay Will gets ready for his performance, but we're in for a little bit of a surprise. He is performing as Candy, which is a alter ego that is a drag version of himself, very exaggerated, colorful hair, super long nails, big personality. Performance-wise, from what I saw, he had the best performance. And that's what there's a difference between getting on stage and singing or rapping versus actually performing. And people seem to actually enjoy it. And I like that Love and Hip Hop is trying to do at least a little bit of their part when it comes to destigmatizing the LGBT community in the, hip hop industry. Moving on, Apple talks to Lyrica and Apple takes Lyrica over to A1. And then Lyrica asks LaBrittany if basically, are you the person that I saw twerking on stage with my man? And LaBrittany is mad about it already. I don't think Lyrica was being disrespectful when she was asking a question. If I see somebody on Instagram, maybe it's blurry. Maybe I don't know it's you. Maybe I'm legitimately asking, Was that you? Are you the person who I think you are, essentially? And so LaBrittany gets mad right away, and like, I do what the F I want to do, inflammatory language. And of course, they both, get upset. Unfortunately for LaBrittany, she gets a little bit too disrespectful. And while A1 and Lyrica are on the outs, as he said, it is not okay for anybody to disrespect his wife. And so he takes her outside and says that, and she gets even more disrespectful and calls Lyrica the B word. And it's not Lyrica. LaBrittany feels that A1 should have told Lyrica to be more respectful. A1 just met you last week. He's married to Lyrica. What do you think he gonna do? I hope that LaBrittany never works with A1, and I hope A1 has enough integrity to always tell her no. He be telling a lot of people yes regarding productions and whatnot. Okay, he be telling a lot of people yes. Her that okay. I don't like LaBrittany. I don't care for her. But moving on, A1 and Lyrica are now arguing in the club. Initially, it seems like they're having a more calm discussion, but then Rockstar inserts himself. Lyrica is out of line because she's high-fiving and agreeing with Rockstar on some stuff, and it gets A1 mad, and then Rockstar starts saying inflammatory stuff. They get ready. Rock almost falls and busts his behind on the way out the door. Rockstar, yuck. Like, you're a handsome guy, but you have an ugly personality. What's wrong with you? Okay. Anyways, y'all, tell me what you thought about this particular episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Because next time on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, we hear about Akbar having a third girl. Okay, I told y'all polygamy. We see that K Michelle has health issues, and she's bringing light to this whole, booty injection, fad that's been going around. Did you all watch the documentary on BET about the booty injection fad? I can't think of the name of it right now, but it was produced by Lala Anthony. It was pretty interesting. I enjoyed it. Moving on, we see Brooke is planning an event, which we clearly know is a wedding because we saw all of the previews from the beginning of the season. And we see Lyrica and A1 might have a bun in the oven. I do think she's currently pregnant, but I don't keep up with the blogs or social media like that. And so apparently Lyrica and families can't get along long enough for them to make an announcement about them having a little bundle of joy. Okay, somebody's gonna make a joke about that being Safari's baby, but it won't be me. Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you thought about this episode, and look forward to some news that I'm going to be giving you guys in the next coming weeks. I just need a little bit more time to get adjusted. Peace out.